place. And some continued believing in the inheritance of Imam, and they say Imam is Hazir. So one of the two sects further divided into two. Now the one which believed that Imam had disappeared, Imam Ghaib, they gained ascendancy over all the rest, because it was a more interesting belief. It appealed to the fancy of the ignorant much more, that Imam is still living somewhere and he is guiding us and he has not disappeared. Moreover, the sentimental shock also helped them, because he was killed in a battle and they did not want to believe that the Imam was defeated. So they tended to believe that no, he had disappeared. So they are in majority all over the world. They are called Isna Ashari. That is, believing in 12 Imams, and the 12th has disappeared. Most of Iran is Isna Ashari. Most of Pakistan Shia are Isna Ashari. And the rest are divided into Ismailis and Boresh. What was the name of the second division?
Bohra.
Now, Bohra is a community. Dawoodi. So it was not Musa Kazim, it was Dawood.
After about 20, the first Imam is also division. One is Nazari Imam, that is Ismaili Aga Khan. Other are Bohra, Dawoodi.
No, Ismail was the Imam, they are called Ismailis. Ismailis were further divided. That's right, but I am not talking of that. I am talking of the second division who followed Musa Kazim or what?
Musa Kazim was 7. And
7.
From there the 12th came.
I know that. I am talking of Musa Kazim and his brother Ismail. They actually both were 7. Because they were sons to Hazrat Imam Baqir. So what I mean to say is that Ismailis are not descendants of Musa Kazim. They are descendants of Ismail. So you were saying that the Musa Kazim descendants or his followers later on split into Ismailis, and this is not correct.
Ismailis, they are divided on 21st Imam.
That is different. Ismailis were further divided later on, but not on the 12th. Musa Kazmi, they divided on the 12th stage, and some started believing in disappearance of the Imam and some said Hazir Imam, and they continued. What are they called? That was the question. Isnashri, I have already told. The others, which believed that the Imam continued and who was that is what I was asking. Anyway, in nutshell, I have told you, it's not necessary to remember all names, but this is exactly how it happened. Any other questions, please? Yes, please. But Muhammad Abdul Shiz, when did you creep into us?
I was waiting for my time. I was waiting, sir.
Where I didn't notice this.
No, I was here. I came a little late, you see. I was here all the time. Before I start my own questions, a question has come across to me from Sir Sayed's question. Sayed Shah Saab's question. Is all the various, Fazal Ahmad Sayed Saab. Sayed Fazal Shah Saab. Question is, all the various... He told me as a Shah.
Hindus are called Shahs. In India, mostly, Hindu businessmen, Khatris are called Shahs. In the Punjab, in the East Punjab, they are called Shahs.
Or the Muslim beggars.
Thank God we are not Shahs.
The question is asked.
Two of us are combining the guest house.
All these various Muslim sects are divided into various, tribes or tradition or sects as they are, and they differ on small points. I wonder if there is any approach we MPs can have to unite them back into true Islam, the way Muhammad Mustafa wanted.
Well, you can't make such approaches. They have got that approach to you. They have checked you out altogether, so that at least you remain pure. The approach has already been made by them.
But they are very unfortunate in this sense, the way they have divided and lost the case of their being true Muslim and all this. Is there any way we can unite them?
You can preach to them.
But they don't listen, sir. I've tried this myself.
So for you there is no way out. Please sit down, I'll explain. The fact is that when there are divisions based on concepts, differences of concepts, it is impossible to remove those divisions without bringing the concepts into harmony with each other. There is no shortcut to that. It's impossible. It's illogical to believe that just by removal of the names of sects you can bring them together. As long as you believe that according to the Holy Quran, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, is dead. He did not die upon cross, but he lived a natural life, long life, of quite some time after crucifixion, from where he was delivered by Allah. In a state of coma or semi-death. It appeared to be death, but it was in fact a coma. And he was revived from that state, and he lived a long, mature life afterwards, and reached the age of 120 years and all that. Now, that is a long story, but to cut it short, from the Holy Quran, you believe that he did not die upon cross, and he lived a long life after having lived. Is that correct? Okay. So if somebody comes to you from among other sects and says, for the sake of unity, let us join and become one. How could you become one? As long as you do not agree with their view on Jesus Christ, you cannot become one. Or can you?
They go back to Quran, Hadith and Sunnah. If these three can be united, surely we can come back to some conclusion.
How can they be united? Quran, Sunnah and...
No, what I mean is, if they can believe all these three, unfortunately some of them don't.
Please sit down, you don't understand the point. The point is that if you believe that Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, did not die upon cross, but was initially crucified all right. An attempt was made upon his life through crucifixion, but Allah saved him, and he lived a long life afterwards and died later on. This is your belief, and that is based on the Holy Quran. And other Muslim says that my belief based on the Holy Quran, in which he believes. Does it not? He says my belief based on the Holy Quran is this, that he was never crucified. He was taken to heaven somewhere, and he's still living there with the same body, still alive. And he would descend one day bodily again to this earth and would fight the battle of Islam, because this time he would have got converted to Muslim. Is that not correct? So as long as these two differences remain based on the fundamental book, the Holy Quran, how can you become one sect instead of two? That is an enigma which I can't solve.
You see, sir, again it goes back to the interpretation of the Holy Quran. There is no uniformity, unfortunately.